Like like the porn parodies, like like fucking I don't know, fucking Spaceballs and triple X shit.
You're too much.
They have one
Well,
for the Avengers and shit like that. They got one for a bunch. All these fucking movie franchises.
I saw one that was interesting with Spider-Man hanging upside down. That was pretty fucking cool. I think I sent it to you guys in a chat once, right? Did I?
We're not
Everyone weirded me out bad.
Yeah. We're not part of that chat, Dave.
Did they have the Mary upside down kissing her? Yeah,
it's actually the opposite. She's kissing something else through the whole thing, man. That's crazy shit.
That's funny. Well, Dom, let us know what the plot was after we go off the air.
No problem.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 55 of Breaking the Mold. I'm Harrican BX. Let's say what's up to the rest of the crew. First up, Energon Addict. How you doing today?
Yo, happy Tuesday, people.
What up?
What's good? I'm here chilling. Had a eventful weekend. Went to IKEA. Met up with a good friend. You could say that. Dom swung by because we had intentions of hanging out Saturday, but that fell through because of the weather.
Mm-hmm.
But why Dom's wife was still coming to visit her cousin, so he came through probably about 1 o'clock in the afternoon, something like that. So we basically hung around here for like all of 15 minutes and spent like the fucking 4 hours in IKEA.
Fucking death trap IKEA that they have.
Yeah, he wanted to check out some stuff because he has some ideas for his room. And I wanted to confirm that, bring some stuff back, for my room. So I wound up buying the doors, the glass doors for the best that you can see them on the floor behind me to see if I'd like it. And I wound up liking it. So I bought 4. I'm going to probably get the other 2 to complete the bottom of that. And Dom, you think you're going to go back and get some stuff?
Yeah. Like I'm definitely doing the bestas and then the doors, the glass doors.
Nice.
But they're going to be all white, so I'm going to just do the white thing because I think I don't know.
Do the white thing.
Just to do the white thing. It's a new movie from Spike Lee. Guys should watch it. It's really good.
But yo, Dom, you right? I mean, IKEA is like a fucking madhouse. Like people, I don't get it.
Crazy.
People bring their whole family there. What the fuck you need to bring the whole family for?
You guys
got grandma, grandpa, 6 cousins. Like they all go and they all hanging out in their rooms like if they live there.
Exactly. Like we would walk to like how they have all those rooms staged up. There was like a family in every room just chilling. Like I could imagine somebody just bringing up a TV, just hook it up like to Wi-Fi, just sit down there for an hour and watch like like the Sunday football game, just like sit in IKEA.
And everybody's walking around with the fucking ice cream cones.
Oh god!
Like everybody has an ice cream cone, and like me and Dom just got back from eating fucking salad for lunch and Brussels sprouts.
Dude, we were at this place. We were at this place. And me, like it was me, Dave, and a bunch of like there was two other girls in a corner, another a group of guys and 2 girls at another corner, and everyone's having these big ass delicious sandwiches, and me and Dave are having these sorry ass salads. And like look at the 2 guys, the 2 biggest fucking guys in here having salads, and everybody, all these fucking women in here having a nice, delicious, juicy carb fucking sandwich. I was so pissed.
Yep. So and the French fries from that place are good too.
Tater tots. They had tater tots.
I was hoping
sweet potato tater tots. What the fuck?
And just be like, hey, it's a cheat day. We deserve it.
Nah, this dude don't play around. Like me, I fucking cheat. I don't give a fuck, Like fuck it. I've been fat like half my life for most of it, so I'll be fat the rest of it. But Dom, like,
tell him, Dave. So I didn't see anything.
We came back from IKEA. We were here for probably a good hour. My wife wasn't here. She finally came back.
Did you guys hang that other curtain?
No, I did that. I did that. I did that by myself. But we ordered dinner, because we all gotta eat. And I'm like, Dom, you want this? He's like, no. I'm like, Dom, you want this? He's like, no. He's like, salad. Only vegetables and meat. And I was like, okay. So we had to find something for Dom to eat.
So like they wanted to do gyros. So like, I'm like, if they can put the meat on a salad, I'll take it. He's like, yeah, they could do that.
So instead of all the sides that it came with, he just got extra salad. So I guess it worked out.
Right.
But yeah, man, Dom ain't playing. Jose's coming for you, bro. He even said it. He's like, yo, I'm coming for Jose. I'm coming for him.
I kind of slacked. I haven't gone up or nothing, but it's I haven't lost like I wanted to. So I'm going to make sure the rest of this week is.
I'm going to do double figures with me this week, motherfucker. 15 pounds. I laugh at 15 pounds, bitch.
Bring it. And Dave,
if you're not dropping 20, don't come to the show.
Oh shit.
Those glass doors are looking good on those.
Yeah, they are. They look really good.
Yeah. I mean, I online you really can't tell. So
are they meant to attach? Are they meant to attach like that? They attach.
Yeah, okay. They come with the thing is that they come just as the door, so you have to buy the hinges too.
Okay.
And the hinges are $15 each.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like fuck, they get you no matter what you do.
$15 like for a pair?
But a pair, but you need one pair for one door.
I was just glad it wasn't each. I was like, that's crazy.
So the glasses, for the pair. How much?
Was it $30?
45.
45 for the glass.
So you got like $60 into it.
Yep.
Each one.
For each one. Wow.
Yeah, by the time I went to the register, I didn't realize it. You know, like, and the thing is too, they only had 4, and I wanted to get all 6, but they were out of stock. So by the time I got to register, and I got a bunch of lights for them and stuff, you know, different lighting for the bottom, it was $450. I'm thinking like in the back of my head, I'm like, probably like 2 something. You know, I didn't do the math.
Wishful thinking. Yeah.
When I there, she's like, yeah, $451. I'm like, oh fuck. Like, thank God I had some like some gift cards and shit still from Christmas. I used that. So
I was about to say, use them points.
Damn. Now you know everybody goes with DTOFs.
Yeah.
That's a whole other thing to think about. Like now that you bring that up, there's a whole other expense involved in that. It's not just collecting the figures. It's when you're trying to display it and do it like you're doing it there, it's a whole other level. All right, the analyzer, Brian Brink, how are you?
What's up?
What up? Not standing tonight?
Nah, I'm a little tired. Plus Gary's not here. I don't have to impress anybody. And speaking of Gary not being here, I will let you guys know that I made brisket in a crock pot over this long weekend.
Wow.
Yeah, and I was really, really impressed with it.
How long did you let it cook for?
10 hours.
That's good.
It was like going to bed.
Like
I got on a Dust Hangout Saturday night when I got home from my friend's birthday party. And I put it in the thing. I was like, when I wake up in the morning, it's going to be great. So I woke up in the morning and had brisket for breakfast, and then lunch, and then dinner, and then lunch and dinner the next day. It's just a bunch of meat, Dom. You would have been proud of me.
Yeah,
nothing but meat.
Weekend.
Yeah. So.
That's meat. No carbs with that meat. No carbs with that meat.
No. I did.
Gotta catch up to Jose.
And it's funny because, when it was all said and done after eating that stuff for 2 days, yeah, you could tell that there were no carbs, there was no fiber, no nothing when it came to visit me later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, a little extra push, right?
Yeah.
It went down easy. It came out hard.
Actually, I don't know. It was more like liquidy. I don't know. I don't like it.
Oh, jeez.
I think it was the barbecue sauce that I kind of made with it. So I guess
you put barbecue.
But it was like homemade and stuff. So, but it cooked in the sauce. I tried having it like after the fact, and I was like, nah, I think I scorched it in the pot. It was just terrible. It was terrible. But anyway, yeah. So that was that. I got myself that Magic Square Prime, thanks to Gary convincing us to get it, and yeah, that's it, man.
I didn't need no convincing.
Yeah,
convince me.
Need to convince him about that finish. Though, that's all I'm saying.
Did you show a picture last night? Like somebody had like the windows like kind of painted in. That looked so much better. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it was just 2 pieces of paper. You just cut them to length, and you just jam in. They'll stick right in.
Boom. Yeah, look good. Nice little fix.
Yeah.
All right, Big Dom, what's up, dude?
How much? As you heard, Dave, I was took the weekend
hanging out. I should have came through, man.
Saturday.
The fucking weather wasn't fucking shit. I could have just drove over.
It was a little pro. Like my my wife needed to get over to her cousins because she still had like Christmas gifts for all the kids and stuff like that. So she just planned it that the way that worked out. But I had also a BBTS order that was shipping to Dave's house, which never arrived. Like because it's just been a hectic situation because it requires signature for some stupid ass reason.
That's probably the real reason you came over. Anyway.
It is the real reason because why the fuck do I want to see Dave?
All right.
Nice. That should have came through. When I looked out the window, I was like, okay, like it's not bad. And then that night, it just wound up being rain, right, Dave? You got rain in your area too.
It was coming down though. Driving back was a pain in the ass.
You got back late?
Yeah, because I left there like around 9, but it was already raining. And then by the time I picked up my wife and said my goodbyes there, it was like about 10:30. We left, and like it was coming down.
Yeah.
You always had those jackasses on the Belt Parkway just weaving in and out of traffic because everybody,
Dom, do you guys have a lot of wind? Because we got fucking wind down here, man. It was fucking
sick. It was wind. No, the barely like I slept in on Sunday, like expecting to wake up with a couple inches of snow, but that wasn't the case.
Mm-hmm. So you were good in your area? All right.
Yeah. It was more the fact that I guess they were cautious about the rain freezing over because of how cold it changed over. But it was like by Sunday afternoon, the sun came out and a lot of that rain just dried up, and so there was nothing worried about.
Out came the sun and dried all over.
There you go.
Perfect. Yep.
It's like the song.
And then this Monday was a good day. I just relaxed. Was trying to get things done, but it was hard. We took all day Sunday to pack up all the Christmas stuff that we had around the house. Mm-hmm. So it was just a nice day of just bringing shit down from the attic, packing everything back up, putting it back up in the attic. So the only thing left I have is the Christmas tree, which I hate that fucking Christmas tree. It's like my fucking arch enemy.
The bane of your existence.
It's a fake tree that you have to fucking spread out the branches. Fucking when you put it back in, you gotta put the branches back in because it doesn't fit in the box unless you fucking put in a nice folded and squeeze it all together.
I know what you're talking about. I feel your pain. Trust me.
Mm-hmm. I just want to take it to the backyard, dump a bunch of gasoline on it, and just light it up. Burn, bitch.
You could always get another one next year, right?
Dude, it's last its life, man. I had that thing for like 10 years, so it's past its warranty on lights and fucking everything else. It's just my wife likes it, so I guess I have to keep it.
Got to keep it till it's no good no more.
A couple branches are breaking, but that's why duct tape comes in handy.
And now it's a nostalgic memento too. Like that you probably won't want to get rid of it.
It was actually my first Christmas tree I bought for my new place. Like when I bought this place, I bought that Christmas tree. So it came, it's kind of, came with the house type of thing.
Don't they go out of style after a while? I'm surprised your wife didn't have you get a new one.
Unfortunately, it's a frosted Christmas tree. So it's
God, it was out of style as soon as it came out.
So I don't know. Fuck you, man. What you got?
You know what it is? I think
snow in your house. What the hell?
Stonewash is a new thing.
I think Dom is telling his wife, like, yo, this tree is still good. We don't need to get another one. Let's
Dude, you know how much fucking fake Christmas trees cost these days?
That'd be funny.
Are they expensive?
They're expensive, dude.
Yeah, they are.
They're all pre-lit.
They're no joke. They're pre-lit, with all
the
lights.
Go to the dollar store, bro. Go to the dollar store and get that fucking $10, $20 tree, bro. You're all good. Gotta do what you gotta do sometimes,
Yeah, and it says 5 fingers to the face afterwards. The fuck you bringing that shit in here? You see Charlie Brown on my fucking forehead? No, go get your fucking tree.
But you're right though. I saw some of those fully decorated ones, like in the like fucking Kmart, Walmart, and shit.
Yeah,
like 50, 200,
300.
Higher than that. Yeah, it's crazy.
But it's lasted me. It's gonna last me probably another good 5 years. Till like no major branch broke. It's just like the end. Some of the end branches are broken, but like I've tied them up together. But what are you gonna do? Make that shit last.
I could see Dom's frosted Christmas tree with like duct tape.
Dude, my Christmas tree is beautiful, dude. Don't fuck with my Christmas tree. It's a nice Christmas tree.
You just wanted to burn it 2 minutes ago.
I know. It's a love-hate relationship.
Love-hate,
like
yeah.
like me and you.
Like
me and you. Yeah.
There you go. All right.
I can't fucking stand you, but then I'll hug you, you know?
You're starting, Dave. You see, you're starting it this week. What are you gonna do?
And then like Monday, Tuesday, I took today off too because I just wanted to. I had so much momentum on Monday. I was cleaning stuff up, trying to get the display room, get all the shit out of this room that I wanted to put stuff up in. So I was doing that all Monday, and then I took today off just to continue it. So got a lot done. I just putting a lot of stuff up on eBay, selling shit. So it's just becomes the season.
I got to do the same.
Yeah, it's just like I find it like it's always good to start to sell February, March, April because everybody's got their Fed check coming in.
Taxi. Yep.
So a lot of sales going on, but then it's just a chore because you got to box the shit up. You fucking print out the labels and fucking walk to the post office.
Ooh.
But so Dom, are you culling your collection, or is this like just your business, your Dom?
It's just the business.
Second time.
There's a couple things I just checked that definitely have the margins that I would put it up on eBay. So I just threw a couple things up there. I made like $700 this weekend. It was great.
Hey,
What'd you do? Sell a couple Phoenixes or something?
I hope you treated.
Actually, you know what sold the most was Cyclops, Marvel Legends Cyclops.
Dave fucking treated Dom to lunch on Saturday, but Dom's the guy that made
Dave. The least that he can do. I only got salad, dude. The fucking guy was eating pita bread like it was going out of style.
You rat me out, bro.
Are you gonna eat that, Dom? No.
He blew you up.
Honey, you're getting fries, right? I'm not getting fries, but you're getting fries, right? Yeah, no problem.
The guy just walked 5 miles through IKEA. Give him a break.
Yeah. Yeah. Brian, he was on my back the whole fucking time.
Yeah, right. Tom's like, I can't wait till we get to the office section so I can sit down in these chairs.
You go that way, Tom. Go that way. Best does.
That's pretty good, Dom. I like that.
Dave ate all that pita bread and got no exercise at IKEA.
Dude, we met this couple online. I think they thought we were gay, Dave, because they're like, oh, so you're decorating your house? Like, yeah.
They did. He was.
You
the
think
guy
he
was?
No, they were married.
No.
Stuff.
They were not married. No.
Definitely. They convinced Dave to go get an IKEA membership. He walks. It's like, I'm gonna go get an IKEA membership. We're in the cash line. It's not moving at all. It's just lovely time in IKEA.
Oh man! All right, good stuff. All right, we got 2 for the price of 1 coming up next. As I'll introduce Chan first, ladies first, of course. So what's going on, Beb? What's going on?
Not much. Not much at all. No. What are you guys into?
Welcome to Breaking the Mold.
Yeah, thank you.
You guys are sharing the mic tonight. That's some cool shit. I think that's the first time I've ever seen that done on a podcast.
It's pretty interesting. I don't know.
Yes.
We're attached to the lips and hips, so might as well take it the rest of the way here. So
2-headed monster.
What's up, JD? How was the weekend for you guys?
it was pretty good. We didn't do a whole lot. Just stayed in all weekend. It was freezing fucking cold.
Did you guys get snow or just rain?
It snowed pretty good Saturday.
What's your inch count?
And then it did rain.
Did you get a lot of inches?
No, not much.
Not as many as Gary. Gary got tons of inches.
Yeah, I saw that picture. He got a bunch.
Chan didn't get any inches.
I'm not gonna. Honestly.
You know what? That shit ran through my mind, and I was like, I can't say that shit. That's
what I'm here for. I see
we played snowed in. Okay, we pretended we were snowed in. We didn't go anywhere. We didn't do it.
Naked.
It was fun. It was cold outside. We didn't want to go anywhere, so we just kind of like huddled up and stayed inside. Built
so
Legos.
She got 2 inches.
That was just a tip.
No.
No. It was everything.
It was everything I had, brother.
You see a smile on my face, right? It's all good. Everything's good.
Oh, so we got to start calling you Shallow Chan?
Oh my God. That's rough, man.
Sorry.
It's okay.
I really didn't mean it, guys.
Yeah, right.
It's okay. I brought it on myself.
I did the same as you guys, man. Just chilled out. It was cold weekend, long weekend. I didn't have to work on Monday either, so it was just nice just to hunker down. And it was Punisher dropped this weekend, so I just basically on that. And did you guys see it? Anybody else on the panel see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
We finished it this morning.
Yeah.
When everybody was getting up for work, we were finishing it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, we binged through. I hadn't, honestly, I hadn't cared like to kind of dig into any of those like recent seasons of the Netflix stuff, like the last Jessica Jones, the Luke Cage, even Daredevil. I haven't watched yet, but I was like, let me just kind of peek through this. I really liked the first season, and yeah, I'll be talking about it like soon. But nice, yeah. That's it's just a nice weekend just to do that, like a Netflix chill type weekend.
Jose, does it hold up though? Like, how'd you like the season without giving away what happened? Like,
it was cool. I thought the first one was better. I liked the first season better. If this one kind of like just ends on this, like I guess it's fine. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what the fate. Like a lot of these shows have been canceled, so I doubt we'll get another season of this. But like it was fine. You know what I'm saying? Like that dude like holds his weight when it comes to fucking that show. You know what I'm saying? John Bernthal, who's playing the main character. Because there were just certain other aspects of the season that just kind of like left me scratching my head. But overall, I thought it was fine. But I thought the first season was a lot better.
I liked it too, and like you said, Jose, this guy is great. It's when you read comic books, and people are just screaming and yelling, and this guy's always screaming and yelling, like, whoa! But he's like going after people. It's just like so real, right? So I like it. And I tell you what, man, the makeup artists for these Netflix Marvel shows, they get in a lot of practice episode to episode, because it's like these people get their shit kicked out of them, and then you see the scars like gradually heal after each episode as time passes. I was like, wow, that's pretty wild shit that they pay that much attention to detail.
Yeah. But I thought it was cool. Like, just check it out. It's worth watching, in my opinion. But man, like it's the same way. Like when I get all the way to the end, it's the same way I feel like about all the Netflix shows in general. Like I feel like they could be condensed down to like 9 episodes, and then you could just cut out some filler and some of the bullshit, because there were definitely episodes here where it was just like extended. You know what I'm saying? Like you could cut this out, you could cut that out. The same thing basically happens, and so you could tell they just kind of extend it. There were some slow episodes in there, as with all the series, but overall, I thought it was fine.
Do you feel like they go too deep into like certain people's personal stories?
In a way, sometimes, yeah. And then, the thing is that if there's going to be a point, if it has like a point to the overall narrative, then cool. But sometimes it's just kind of like more character building moments, but it's stuff that we've gotten like already. It doesn't add anything to what's actually happening to the meat like of the episode. So I feel like in the end, I was like, is this just coming down to budget? Are they just having this scene, these guys just having a talk and a monologue again because it's pretty cheap to film and you're killing time and extending the episode? And, sometimes I feel that way when watching this shit. Like I said, there's always stuff that you could kind of cut out or whatever, and then it's like, okay, same basic story, same basic narrative, and we could have done it in like 8 or 9 instead of 13.
Yeah,
I felt the slow episodes. I'm not going to give anything away, but I felt those slower ones help with the character development for where it ends.
Mm-hmm.
You see him back off or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. It's funny. I guess there's a way of doing the character development because there's always complaints where sometimes it's like the characters weren't developed enough, right? It's like I wish there was more time.
Yeah.
But I guess when the shoe's on the other foot, it's like, God damn, it's taking too long. I think it just goes with the genre,
I
just
appreciate
the action.
So.
Yeah.
I think in the end, the guy that plays the Punisher does an amazing job. I think he's probably my favorite Punisher, honestly.
I don't think I've ever seen him in anything else, and if I have, I've forgotten about it.
The Walking Dead.
Yeah, I haven't
remember him
the
most from
season.
He was in that army flick that with like Shia LaBeouf and like a couple of those other dudes. It was kind of crazy. I forgot the name of it though. Came out like 2 or 3 years ago.
So does he carry himself the same in those roles? Like, cause like in this role, like you can see him like he's got like a head bob about him when he's just sitting there.
Yeah,
like
he has that.
He does it. All right, I'm just wondering if that's like
the same sort of thing.
Okay, I was just kind of curious if he did that for this character or if that's something that he just does all the time.
Yeah, there's certain aspects of him and like shit that he does when he's acting, that he does basically, throughout like all the things. Like there's times when he's like talking, he's always like turning his head, like
right, yeah,
like little like inflections that it's like it's familiar to him. That actor in general.
He's got that same walk too, like that military straight back, like he's just marching all the time in every movie or everything I've seen him in anyway.
I gotta recommend for you guys.
Yep.
With him in it. Yeah, he's like probably like he's a supporting actor in this movie. The main actor is the dude who plays Jaime Lannister in Game of Thrones. It's called Shot Caller. And it's a
caller.
Yeah, it's like a prison movie, but like it's only 50% of it takes place in prison. The other 50's out in the street. So it's pretty good. I liked it. So give it a watch. It's got some good, decent acting in it. He's in it. He plays a good part in it too. I won't give away what he plays, but what are you gonna say? I think I found this on. If you guys got Prime, I think I watched it on Prime. Amazon, their fucking streaming network.
All right, let me check. I'll check right now. I got this shit right here, son.
But I mean, I watched it just based on the trailer, and I enjoyed it. So it's not a long movie either. Probably like an hour, 30 minutes.
To check it out.
90 minutes is perfect, yo. It's fucking perfect. I just watched Bandersnatch, and that shit was fucking good. Did you guys watch that yet on Netflix?
Yeah.
What's that?
The whole choose your own fucking adventure like shit, like that was kind of crazy, man. It's a Black Mirror like movie, so if you've seen the series, it's like a Twilight Zone type thing. So the film is like the general like film is about a video game designer like back in the 80s making a game, and it's basically the game he's making is like the plot of the film. It's where you're able to make choices for the main character, and depending on the choices you make depends on how far like along you go in the story. And but apparently like making the game and shit like kind of drives the guy to go insane. But the movie, it depends on your choices. So depending on the choices that you make, the movie could only be like maybe 40 minutes, 45 minutes, and you get like a certain ending. If you depending on other choices you make, it'll be at least like an hour and a half. But they filmed about 300 plus like minutes of footage like overall for the film, because there's alternate pathways and stuff, and there's like 5 main endings to the film.
Dude, so you're telling me I watch this movie tomorrow, it'll be a different one than you watched?
Yep. The one you watch, the version you watch, depending on the choices you make in the film. Yep, it could be a completely different film. I mean, generally it's the same, but like depending on the choices, you'll get like a different ending, a different pathway. So you'll be like, oh, this is what happened with me. I chose this, and this is what I got. And I could be like, no, I got this, and
No shit.
Different. Yeah,
that's cool.
interesting.
That's pretty cool.
I ended up going back and retrying a whole bunch of options.
Yeah, I was trying to catch like everything, and I did a bunch, and then I found like a flow chart that somebody did on Reddit, and even like some of the stuff I was reading there was stuff that even all the time I spent, there was still stuff I didn't see.
Oh wow, yeah. Because I kept getting to this one point. I'm like, no, I don't want to do that. I'm like, damn it, I gotta keep going back.
Yeah, dude. So some choices are bullshit in the beginning. It's like just showing you how to do it. So it doesn't really have any impact on it, but there's like major decisions that happen that you'll be like, and completely different outcomes.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, so it's good. It's good shit. And with that, like, it was so interesting that I'm like, you know what, there's definitely going to be more of this coming out. And I and that thing's been on Netflix for like over a month already. I was like, I wish I would have watched this when it first came out. Shouldn't have waited. It was interesting. I definitely recommend it. Give it a watch. Like, the main narrative is good, and it's like, just like with that series, Black Mirror series, like the stories that they tell you, it's always things that when you're watching that show, it always kind of just makes you think. Just makes you think about like real life things, like in general. It's almost like a satire, like in a way of like real life.
Mm-hmm.
So not all the episodes are the greatest, but I really like that show overall. Some good stuff. I'm hearing some static. You guys hear that?
I pulled it out. I pulled my power cord out, so you should be good.
I don't know if that's me or not. I hear static. That sucks. All right,
put yourself on mute for a sec. It's not you.
Me?
Now
it just stopped.
It's Dom. It is. I'm not making fun of you. It is.
He's unmuted. I don't hear it anymore, though.
Now it's gone.
Now it's gone. When you got up from the couch, I think you were sitting on the cord or something.
Pulling it.
Don't do that again, Dom. All right?
Chewing on it, thinking it's a carb.
Like, I wish I could eat this right now. Like the Cookie Monster.
It's like gummy worms.
Do I reply or what? I don't even want to bother anymore.
Don't reply. All right, JD, you were in the chat earlier. You were discussing some stuff. I think you had some pretty interesting things that you kind of wanted to bring up and talk about. So take lead, bro. I'm gonna pass the mic to you.
All right. Well, where should I start? I guess the first one, huh?
Wherever you want.
That's right. Preferably. The first one works.
Okay. Yeah, I feel that the second topic we'll probably spend a little bit more time on it. But so this Darth Vader fan film came out, and Disney wanted to monetize his video, and we're gonna lock it all down, add commercials, blah blah blah. Went a couple days, he made some videos addressing it. If you haven't watched the film, the fan film, it's pretty damn good. And the guy went to Lucasfilm and said, "Hey, I'm gonna make this no matter what. I just want to make sure, like, is it gonna be okay if like I hire my own composer and like base music off of this?" And you know what I mean? He kind of went through the ropes to make sure, he wasn't going to get his ass suit off. And, this was pre-Disney when he started doing this, when he started doing all the research and putting the work into it. Then, fast forward to now, it was released, probably a month and a half ago.
Mm-hmm.
And it had pretty big reaction to it. And then last week or the week before, Disney flagged him and wanted because of it had like over some crazy million amount of views already. They wanted to monetize it so they could get the money. After he was told that he was told he can't monetize it. Disney wanted to step in, monetize the film, so they got their cut.
Did.
Was the guy trying to monetize the movie or no?
He originally asked Lucasfilm, and he said, "I'm going to do it no matter what. I just want to make sure, like, if it's a problem that I monetize it." They told him no, that he cannot monetize it.
Lucasfilm doesn't own the rights anymore, though.
No, but at the time they did. When he started making the film, he funded this stuff out of his pocket to make this film.
So JD, this is going years back. You're talking like 5 years ago, right?
Yeah.
When he started this? More, possibly?
Yeah, when he started.
Wow, I didn't realize it was that far back.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, if he's trying to monetize it, you know, the deal he had with Lucasfilms, like, you know, once Disney bought it, that shit is out the window. You know what I'm saying?
Well, so I guess this was something that Lucasfilm addressed in their contract with Disney. Not this guy specifically, but any fan fiction overall. So Disney made their claim and started to go after him. You know, the guy was afraid his channel was going to be shut down, and he was like, you know, a few million subscribers or whatever.
Yeah, this is like his job.
Yeah, making money.
It's his bread and butter. After a few days or whatever, Lucasfilm addressed Disney and said, "Hey, this is not in our agreement. You're violating our agreement by going after this guy. He's not monetizing it. He's not making. He funded this himself. He did not steal anything from the universe, you know, other than like characters. But you know, they do that like any fan film. You know what I mean? They do the same thing. I guess as long as they don't say his name, or I don't know how that works, but Lucasfilm pretty much stepped in and said, "Hey, you're violating our contract." So Disney had to back off, and they let everything go.
But the whole reason why Disney even jumped in all was because of the music.
Yes, yeah, I think it was the music company that was basically monetizing it, wasn't it? It's part of Disney.
It was Disney.
It's part of Disney, but it was the music. It was the music composing of the company that owned the rights to the songs.
Yes,
that was basically monetizing the video to basically make money. It wasn't like the Disney that we know. It was a company out of Disney that was monetizing it.
Correct.
That owned the music. It wasn't like the Disney that like made the movies and stuff like that. It was just the composing of the music that he was using and how close or similar it was to the original score.
Yeah, Nighter Run saying it was the Imperial March theme that got them fucking nailed.
So it was this company that Disney owned that basically monetized it. Took the monetization of the video.
Yeah, they made a claim for it.
Yeah,
to say it was theirs.
Yeah. It wasn't like like that's the thing. When I saw the video, when the guy was talking, I was under the impression that it wasn't like Disney. It was this company that Disney owned that was monetizing it. And unfortunately, with all the backlash on it, and JD's right, like Lucasfilm basically contacted Disney, obviously contacted this company and said, "Listen, this is up against our T's and C's that we agreed to. That fan films are not touched." You know, if they're done right, correctly, which this guy did, he went through the platforms and said, you know, contacted the necessary people when he started this project, and they told him the rules. The rules was basically he could not monetize it and he could not crowdfund it. It has to come out of his own money. And which he did. So he basically had the intentions of not monetizing this. He funded it by himself and he made the movie. Unfortunately, this company that owned the rights to the score,
Chapel,
Warner Chapel, yep. Basically came in and monetized the video on their behalf.
And the funny thing is he didn't actually use the Imperial March. He hired a composer to make music very similar in the spirit of John Williams' music. I thought that was funny. Go ahead, Chan. Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say something like what I don't understand is I understand that Disney is like the grandfather of all these companies, right? Like Warner Chapel's just basically one of the children involved in that company, so to speak. What I don't understand is without Disney having any legal paperwork binding and stating that they could monetize that video, what gave them the right to step in and manually start monetizing it without any legal binding paperwork stating that they had the right to do it? They just went in and did it without any permission legally.
I think that boils down to YouTube guidelines.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they had no hand in what he did.
Yeah, but YouTube didn't monetize it, or didn't.
No, but they put the claim into YouTube because it's through a YouTube channel.
Yeah,
so
I think this company does this all the time. I think this company, whatever songs that they own and they're being played on YouTube, they have this. They basically try to stop the monetization and take it for their own. And this was just part of it. This was an easy target per se, and they never looked at the details. Like you said, like Brian, he actually got a different composed the music that made it sound a little different, but it sound the same. And it was easy for them to come in and not look at that detail and see whether it was note for note the same. It just was similar. And I think with the rules and the bylaws, I think it's anything that's very similar to what the original composition is, and they were able to go in there, put the claim in, and stop, and monetize it for themselves.
So it wasn't the maker of the video and the film then that wanted to monetize it. It was that company that came in, and screwed it up
because they saw the amount of views that it had already gotten, and with it being a big deal, all of a sudden, oh hey, Brian, what did you say? Last week when we were talking about this in the hangout, he at that time last week he would already have made like 40 grand.
No, it was like 80 grand or something like that.
Something ridiculous.
And if he had monetized that video, and the one of the things he was confused about at first, he's like, he's got hundreds of high quality content about Star Wars, and this is the first one that got a claim put on it.
Yep. He posed the question, why me? Like, he was like, why my video when there's thousands and thousands of fan base videos are out there. Granted,
it was good because it was good.
It was good, and granted, it was he does have a high volume of followers. His subscriptions are in the millions, so it's like he's out there. So it's like it's an easy target to come see him, because it's his channel is one of the biggest channels out there for Star Wars stuff. So I wouldn't be surprised if it that's probably why. But other than that,
you should see some of the videos, like reactions to his video. This guy's he's beat out Disney. Disney doesn't know Star Wars. Blah 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 blah.
I was wondering if we're going to get into that. YouTube is just a bed of hatred right now for the Star Wars community, and this guy's channel is like one of the points of light. Because he's got positive content, and it's all fan based stuff, like theories and whatever. Things.
That's the name of the channel, Star Wars Theory.
But you see some of these other guys, man, with their it's a lot of fake news, to be honest with you. A lot of hearsay, and they read an article, and it's like, that's it, Kathleen Kennedy's out, and I'm like, no, what? You're an idiot. No, but they're all out there like, oh my God, this guy's making the best stuff, and oh my God, look at what the big bad company came and did to him, and everything's just blown out of proportion. I was just like, it was nuts. It's crazy.
But the bottom line, it still came down to Disney making a decision.
This
Warner Chappell, brought it to Disney's attention. Say, hey, we own the rights to this stuff. This guy's using it. Blah 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 blah. He's gonna make all kinds of money.
No, but he wouldn't. Like, if they would just would have left it unmonetized.
He had no intention to making money off this video. No. He had no intention to.
Yeah.
He now that all this is done, he made another video saying that everything is cleared up. His channel is safe and all that good stuff. He's doing an episode 2. So he's going to continue his series, continue to do what he's doing. We'll see how this kind of pans out. To kind of piggyback on what Dom was saying, whatever 5 minutes ago. There's tons of people out there that do this kind of thing, and this guy gets singled out. There's a band called the Galactic Empire. Note for note, they play Star Wars songs throughout the entire saga, but they play it in like a metal version. You know what I mean? Like, how are they not going after these people?
That's a great area, because it's not exactly not the same. It's different.
They're dressing up as the characters. They're playing the music. They go on tour. They have their own record label.
I think it's just a volume, like JD. I think this guy has a major platform. He built this platform, and he has a loyal following, and he has a lot of subscribers. So when he put this thing out, I think just it had the exposure, and they jumped on him.
So, you know what's bothering me about this whole thing? Correct me if I'm wrong, JD. I only know a little bit about this, but didn't he? He wanted to do like a Kickstarter or like GoFundMe for this or some shit, like crowdfunding, and Lucasfilm basically told them, look, we're all for the fan made movies, but you can't do that.
Right.
So if you want to do it, you got to come up with the money or something. You got to get somebody to invest in you, an outside source, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listen, if the people want it, let the fucking people pay for it. You know what I mean? Like,
exactly.
You're gonna charge me $14.50 for a fucking movie ticket for a crappy movie. If you make a crappy movie, I'm saying. This dude's, asking for cents and dollars to make something that
for
the people are asking for.
Specific donation.
Right. And they're saying, no, you can't do it.
You ever hear that, like, bad publicity is good publicity, because it's at the end of the day, all is just ramping him up. So at the end of the day, I think he's going to get, because his other videos he does is what he makes money off of. So people are going to probably watch his stuff, amp up his other videos, and he's going to make the money he needs to raise enough to make the next episode. And with all this, what's happening, like, even if, like, I think this guy was smart, because even if he did this film and he didn't monetize it, it was still going to create more views on all his other stuff.
Exactly. Mm-hmm.
So it's not like, he was not going to get the money. He's going to get the money because he made a great video, didn't monetize that video, but in essence, everybody's going to watch. If he saw this, they're like, oh, I want to see his other videos. I want to see what, I want to see what he's talking about. So in a sense, it's a smart move on him, because, he did a great video, did a real good fan base movie, and it's just going to bring more people to his channel, and it's going to just, he's going to reap the benefits off of that. So, and with this bad publicity with regards to, Disney coming in, monetizing his video, and taking the money away from him, which was never his. Like, he wasn't ever going to monetize the video, because Lucas told him that he can't monetize the video, or he can't crowdfund the video, and he did that. So he followed the rules, and and in a sense, I think Disney did the right part. As Big Daddy came down on one of his sister companies, said, "What the fuck are you doing? Don't piss off this community that we already pissed off, already, with the shitty stuff that we've been doing." And
really,
I'm just joking.
They realize that they're making shitty shit.
God, if you look at the vitriol on YouTube, God, it'd be like, this company doesn't care about us at all. Blah blah blah. I was like, Jesus.
Do you think that might be another aspect of it? That because you got that section of the fandom that's hated the fucking last movie, and they feel that this guy's making something good, and they're like, they're coming down on him because he's making something good.
If you watch his other videos, he does go into what he would like to see on film. He would like to see this. He would like to see that. So, like, a lot of things would like to see is kind of what the shared community would love to see. So I think this guy definitely is a big Star Wars fan.
Buy the characters, and then
he's a big Star. He's a big Star Wars fan like everybody else. But, like, I think he has a platform, and he's he's utilizing that platform very well.
If you notice too, when you say he's utilizing the platform in his videos, when he's discussing everything we're discussing, right? He's actually posting pictures of some cool shit you'd want to see, like almost like episode 2, episode 3. Like, what he plans on doing to keep you interested.
Yeah.
Because I see tons of pictures of fucking Mace Windu going at Vader in a fucking in a Vader suit. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I just wanted. I would love to find out why it couldn't be crowdfunded. Like, if there, I want to know if there's like some kind of law or rule or stipulation for that. I would love to know more about that.
Yeah, I would be interested in that too, Brian. I don't know why that one rule would not crowdfund it, but I'm assuming when you're taking an own like adventure like this, I think the only legal way would do it is to fund it through your own financing. Not get it from other people.
Maybe because it's a property that he doesn't own. So when you're crowdfunding, the company itself, Disney, I guess per se in this case, would feel like, oh, you might be taking money that these people would be spending on our actual product.
Yeah. I think that's the case. Like, I think crowdfunding is like, okay, you're getting money from other people to do what you want to do when it's not your property to do it. So like, if you're going to do it, you got to fund the money to do it.
Mm-hmm. And you see it. I mean, there's plenty of other videos on YouTube. That's why it was interesting when I started hearing about all this stuff that JD was talking about. And it's like, man, but I know, they got other fan-made films that are on YouTube based on fucking properties. And I know that, like I think I brought up before we went live, like that Power Rangers one. It's like 15 minutes, that adult version that director made. James Vanderbeek is in it. It's very adult. I think that caused some controversy also because it's a kid's property and how violent and adult that thing was. And then The Punisher, that Dirty Laundry.
Yes.
And a 15-minute fan film. I'm sure the person that made that, doesn't own that character. But if nobody's making money off of this and they're just doing it because they want to do it and they're putting it out on YouTube for people to watch, what's the fucking harm as long as money isn't being made? But Dom brought it up. If people are putting out videos like that, they are getting residuals just based off the visits to the channel, right? And then the percentage of people that might view the other content on that channel.
Like, I'd never seen this guy since Brian mentioned it on the last.
Oh, we lost him. We lost him.
One of his hamsters died.
Oh man.
But
come back, finish the point he made.
One of my
were monetized by him.
There we
go.
Dude, you were just like stuck for like the past 20-25 seconds.
Sorry,
you gotta be. We didn't hear your whole.
No. Like I said, like I didn't hear about this guy since Brian brought him up in the last hangout, and I watched the video. And when I watched that video, I watched like 6 or 7 other videos that this guy made that was monetized by him, and he made money off my views. So it's a smart thing that he's doing, and I know he's doing it for the fans, and I think he knew that he was never going to monetize it, so he's just going to reap the repercussions of all, just the love of what he did, and his channel is going to grow because of it. So, and everybody's going to stay tuned for the next episode and see what he has to bring.
Yeah. Like me, I'm sitting back saying, how come these dudes ain't saying, yo, we got to give this guy a job? Like,
exactly.
He's writing better than some of the guys we got fucking writing for us. Like, come on.
Like, even opening up this whole video like as a dream, like you didn't know that it was a dream, and then when he walks, like that's some special, like that's some kind of like writing shit that compels the viewer to watch, and like you're watching this big battle sequence in the beginning, and then he wakes up and he's like, oh, that was just a dream. That's some good shit. Like that's good writing. And to the point where, or screenplaying or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But like, that's something that would capture a viewer and say, you know what, this is somewhat interesting.
Yeah, but do you think the studio is ever going to fucking admit that? Like, you know what I'm saying? And they're going to be like, oh, we're going to fucking give props to this fucking YouTube hack. And we got directors and people here that they probably feel like paid their dues in that fucking business. So, and people on YouTube are just like at home doing the shit at home. They're not going to want to give props to somebody like that.
No.
Well, the funny thing is, like, this guy, he basically just funded this film and had the idea for the story, but he didn't direct it.
No.
I mean, he hired a director. He hired people to do CGI, stuff like that.
Yeah, he hired voice actors, actors.
He was the executive producer.
Yeah. Well, Jose, to your point, what you just said, right? So what about like these dudes that get the rights to write comic books? Like,
or novels.
Right, like some of these comics that I own, like these one-offs, like for example, I have a Vader comic, a one-off, and it's similar to this, where he goes off and he finds a bunch of rogue Jedi and kills them all. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like that shit was never said in a movie, or you know what I mean? Like, how does that come into play? Like, it just confuses me. Like, oh, somebody could write a comic book because they have the right to do it, but they're going off page, but somebody can't come up with some kind of like
I think
idea and just fucking run with it, you know.
Well, it's different. It's probably different because it's a licensing deal.
Right.
Like right now, Marvel got the license to fucking do these comic books, and they're always gonna try to, within the narrative of the story, they're always gonna be giving you the in betweens. You know what I'm saying? Like whatever you see in the films and everything that you see in these movies, that shit is canon and it happened. So they're always, whatever they're writing, they're always gonna try to fit it in those moments that you don't see, and that's how they get away with that. No problem if anybody's doing their own like fan made shit or whatever, I guess, like unless they want to try to make money off of it. But yeah, I mean, I guess it's no different. But they just try to fill in those gaps, because I always said that that's the main criticism I have. It's almost with any kind of media you watch, but with Star Wars in general, is that like I always see a lot of hype and shit for certain characters. And it's like, I don't get it because of what you're actually seeing of certain characters in these films, like a Phasma, for example, that gets her own action figure and maybe like a side novel. But it's like, but based off what I'm seeing in the film, if I'm just a person that's a casual and watching the film, it's like, why is this character so popular? She got fucking 2 minutes of screen time. You know what I'm saying? She didn't even do anything that great.
That's because she has a silver suit and she's tall as fuck.
Yeah, it's like you have to. It's almost like
That's a huge bitch.
You have to depend on the expanded material to get a full understanding of who these characters are and what they're all about. You know what I'm saying? And to those that want to delve into all that shit, they'll be like, yeah. That just they'll want to buy the action figure. But to the person in the movie theater, why would they want to buy a Phasma figure? Like if she was in the movie for like 2 minutes and didn't really do shit. And even in the second one, she had the battle with Finn, but still, like, I don't know, like, it's just weird. Like, I feel this franchise in a way depends on the expanded stuff way more like than it should. But
maybe they thought she'd be the next Boba Fett, in there for a few seconds as a cool outfit. Fucking.
But that's another one.
Another
one. Yeah. Exactly. Based off what you saw in that original trilogy, it's like, what did Boba Fett do? Not much. Like, you know what I'm saying? But it's a highly regarded character based off the expanded material.
I'll tell you what Boba Fett did. He got swallowed by a giant asshole on a sand planet.
He fell in a hole. That's what he did. He fell in a hole.
giant planet's asshole.
But then you got the expanded universe, and he's out of the hole, right? Like he didn't die.
Yeah,
that's right.
So I mean that's great for those that like dive in. But it sucks because like there's a lot of those stories that now they're basically like retconned all that original expanded stuff in a way. It means nothing now. You can still enjoy those stories if you've read them, but if you wanted those things to be canon, it's pretty much out the window with this new Disney stuff. So
and I just realized, like, thinking about this, like the novels. It's like people write these novels and they're like a Star Wars novel, and how like Rogue One and Solo were a Star Wars story.
Mm-hmm.
I would almost consider them fan films now. I think this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to treat those movies as fan films, high quality fan films.
So now that's you being like, you know what? I'm going to enjoy.
Well, they got the knockoff.
And ignore the stuff that I don't like.
That's right. They got the knockoff John Williams soundtrack in it, right? So, dude, they're fucking fan films.
I think that was the thing. I think that I really honestly think that that's the reason why a lot of people, I'm not speaking for everybody. This is my opinion and the way I view it, is that like a lot of people were so invested in the expanded stuff that came before Disney took over this franchise, that now that the direction that they're taking the story and whatever direction they decided to go, people read this expanded shit. They had an expectation of where these characters would be ending up, where they would be at this point in time, and Disney didn't give it to them. So they're like, fuck this shit. Yeah, I don't like it.
So that kind of brings like the point I wanted everyone to address. So with this guy's fan film, how you can't look anywhere and not see something Star Wars. Like, does this make you feel differently about this property now that Disney owns it? Do you understand what I mean? Like, they're in it. They don't give a fuck what the movie turns out to be. They make their fucking money. They don't give a shit. Like, they just hire a director. Hey, make a Star Wars film. Cool. Don't tell anybody else what it's supposed to be about. Don't tell the next guy. You guys can't collaborate. They don't fucking care. They don't fucking care at all.
As long as we can make a bunch of merchandise,
as long as they can make
it and
a fuck ton of money off of it, I don't give a fuck.
You know, JD, I mean, I hadn't really thought about it that way, but before Disney bought it, right? It was Lucas's passion project for his whole life, basically. Yeah. So it goes to show what happens when the passion leaves.
Well, the thing I think when in interviews when they interviewed George, he did say, "You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't." Like, you're gonna always get critics on what you do, because his episode 1, 2, and 3 always got like chastised for all the shit that he did on those. So like, I think it's like, yeah, you're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't. And when Disney took on these stories, granted they kept it safe with Awakens, and just basically running out this kind of same story that we got from New Hope.
A New Hope.
But they did build some. They did build some characters in that movie. Unfortunately, the next director just kind of said, "Fuck you! I ain't continuing those stories," and he went on doing his own thing. So, I feel like the cohesiveness of that third trilogy is kind of interrupted due to the fact that the Last Jedi never continued any of the stories or characters that Awaken presented. I just be interested to see what happens with this third one and how they heal the wounds from heal the wounds from the second one and kind of matching up. So
does this not hurt your feelings? As a fan, does it not hurt?
Like, I can imagine when George sat down for the first, second, third episode, there was some type of story cohesiveness that he wanted to bring to the main characters. And he had a vision. Granted, that vision was already done in regards to when he did the story 4, 5, and 6, because there had been some type of story for one episode, how Anakin came through, how the Republic became the Empire and all that bullshit. But he wanted to tell the story 4, 5, and 6 because it was more interesting at that particular point in storytelling. But like, I feel like, with this new trilogy, I don't know.
You're not getting what you want.
It's not like you're not getting what I want. It's just that I feel like certain characters should have stayed the course. Like, I felt like certain characters should not have been, depicted as they did depict them in that Last Jedi.
Well, get into it. The fucking everybody's seen.
No, like,
you don't gotta worry about spoilers.
I have no problem where they took Luke. I have no problem where they took him. It's just that I'd rather see him in a different light. Granted, yes, I did read the trilogies afterwards and on the novels that talks about Luke and how he did his new Jedi Order and all that stuff and all the stories that came after. But like, I just feel like, Luke, to me, would never, give up on that fight. Like, he never, and I feel like, the way they portrayed him in Last Jedi, understood how, like, where the director was taking it, but unfortunately it wasn't the Luke that I wanted to see. So
you wanted them to revere that lightsaber. You didn't want him to toss it over his shoulder.
No, just like, I liked it all to the point where, like, I think
Tom wanted to see him kiss his sister.
So. Yeah. Kiss his sister one more time.
For old time's sake.
Say, tell him that it was you who I really love, not Han. Some shit like that. Maybe even Chewbacca. I really love Chewbacca, and I just didn't want to tell you to.
Yeah, in a way, I like the way they kind of turn some of those themes on its head, like the whole shit with Rey. How you're thinking she's connected to everything and be a relative, and then no, like, you're kind of getting what you don't know if it's a true revelation but like, or not, whether that she's supposed to be somebody, and then no, you could be nobody. Your parents, but like nobody. You're a fucking
nobody like with her skill and how fast she picked everything up. Like she had to be somebody. Like you got to be somebody. Like
that's what we'll eventually find out. But I just like that they threw a wrench in there. That it was like, oh, there's always that possibility that whatever you're thinking, like, no, that's not what might happen. Okay. You know, there's always a possibility they could go in another.
And direction. That might be one of the fixes that they do in this third episode. You know, in this third movie. But you know, I feel like there's a lot of cleanup that they have to do.
Why did you have to say like it's a fix though? Like, you know, in my opinion, fucking that shit could just be the direction that they're going. For me, it might not be a fix. That just might be the way it's going.
I don't like. I'm not upset with the direction that they took it. I'm just more. I'm wondering like their process to like get from point A to point B. They completely just threw it out the window. Like they didn't. Okay, yeah, you're making a Star Wars movie. We don't care how you make it. Just make it. Just make us money. That is what they're doing. That is absolutely what they're doing. They don't care. They're just making the story. So then you have a bunch of random directors trying to come together to make a cohesive story, but they're not allowed to collaborate. They're not allowed to, you know, write anything ahead of time.
There's got to be some underlying thread that kind of connects all this shit. Like I can't see Disney as an overseer of this property and just being like, "Hey guys, this is a fucking trilogy, but do whatever the fuck you want in each chapter of this trilogy."
Here you go, Disney.
But like, but Jose, when you like actually see how the second movie was kind of orchestrated, it was like that though. That's the funny thing. It was like they gave this guy full reign and he just they said, "Hey, you do a movie."
On its head. He turned it on his head and he fucking defied everybody's expectations.
Like he didn't walk into a boardroom and go, "Hey guys, this is where I'm going to take Luke. Hey, that storyline that J.J. Abrams was doing with Rey, her parents were drunks. That's what I'm going to say." You know, no boardroom discussions were happening at that point.
That's got to be bullshit. That's got to be bullshit. You know what? A franchise is important. There's no way they're just gonna let the threads be so disconnected and disparate. You know what I'm saying? Like there has to be a cohesive underlying end game that they're trying to get you with the
money.
But hold on a minute. Have you watched any Disney movies in the last like 5 years?
Every Marvel movie out there?
No. I mean like actually legit stuff that Disney's putting out, like independently, like their own crap.
Like Frozen? I love Frozen. Let it go, Ted. Let it go.
But that's the whole deal, though. Disney does kids' cartoons, kids' movies, and if they're going to have anything to do with Star Wars, that's where they're going to take it. They're going to turn it into a Disney princess movie. And that's exactly what they're going to do with Star Wars. Everyone.
It's funny you say that because, again, as we mentioned, like before it was the guy who came up with it, making it all of it. And it's like now you just have these people like, oh, we can make money from this. You know, they have no vested interest in Jose, where you're going at, right? The importance of the franchise. Like, what does that even mean anymore? Because the guy who created it, he's like, oh, you know, it's done. It's Star Wars ended, man. And it's like these people just resurrected. It's like, dude, we can make toys. We can make
there is a point in that consumerism is in there and it's built into a certain degree. But this franchise is something that they spent a lot of money on, and it has to be good for them to continue to make money. If you keep putting out shit after shit after shit after shit, eventually people are just going to give up.
Okay, I don't think people will give up because people are, man, they ain't got it anymore, man.
And that's the problem. Like, and that's funny that you said that, Brian.
They're going to spoon feed you 12 years of shit, and you're just going to keep eating it.
Yes, exactly. That's
but
the way
George Lucas was like, you know, I finished telling my story. Like he's just said it. Like I finished telling my story, and if you and what
he had no problem selling out for the almighty dollar.
How much you want to spend? How much you want to pay me for this?
He don't give a fuck no more. Why does anybody else?
What did he do? He did give it.
He's got lots of billions now to fucking do whatever the fuck he wants for the rest of his life.
Jose, like you said, they keep feeding us spoonfuls of shit, right? The problem is we keep eating it because we're hungry because there ain't nothing else. That's why dudes like this guy we're talking about make some shit we want to see, and they gotta fuck with him because he's making
somebody's shit could be somebody else's salad though. People like you guys are like referring to that last movie that it might be shit. Like I'm not disputing opinions. It is what it is.
Oh well, I'm not saying it's shit.
People could fucking just enjoy it just as much, and to them that shit is fucking the best chicken salad.
Yeah, I want to make something clear. I will always love Star Wars.
Yeah. I'm not saying this movie is shit. I'm not saying the last movie was shit, but obviously it had its problems because they're not going with the director that they said they were going to continue doing this trilogy with because they dropped him off. So obviously there was an impact. What?
Fucking Josh.
Josh says I love shit salad.
But I just like I said, I think there was an outcry, and obviously they're hearing it, and they're doing things that they need to do to try to salvage what they felt has been, I guess, turned rotten or whatever the case may be, or they felt that it was not living up to any of the fans' expectations. So they're making those steps, and I'm sure that like this is going to be kept to the chest, so close to the chest until like fucking I'm amazed in seeing what China trailer is going to come out for this fucking movie.
Super Bowl, man.
Yeah, I know it's just going to be interesting to see what they release.
That's when the last one was, right?
Yeah, it was the Super Bowl. Yeah.
You guys get like me when you like me ask like JD like like do you like look at the screen and you see a good preview you start to tear up and like.
Oh yeah.
Like
when that first Force Awakens, when you saw the fucking Millennium Falcon come through the fucking screen, and oh my god, dude.
Be a house full of people, and that shit comes on. I'll be like, I'm like, shut the fuck up! I gotta watch this,
dude. And it was like 5 seconds of silence after that trailer went happened. I was like, holy shit! I can't wait for this.
Dave, old, soft trash, in the words of our skull-masked friend. As soon as you turn 37, that's it, man. You get so
works, bro.
Are you guys expecting to see like a teaser during the Super Bowl?
I expect one. Yeah.
I won't be watching the Super Bowl.
Yeah, my cable's out, so.
How do you guys feel now? Like after Last Jedi and Solo, like doing what it did, and the reaction. Whatever the fallout coming out from that movie. Do you guys feel like you're ready for another Star Wars film? Do you feel like you could go more time without getting like another one? Like, what do you guys think they should do? Apparently, since Solo didn't do what they did in the theaters.
Well, I enjoyed Solo for one. I thought it did what it was supposed to do. It was a good movie. For Episode 9, of course, they're bringing J.J. Abrams back. So whatever disaster they had or whatever, I'm confident in his abilities that he will make sense of everything.
Yeah, I hope so too.
Because he is like it is part of his heart, you know what I mean? You could see that in The Force Awakens, and he was pushing it somewhere. And then, whatever, Rian Johnson just completely he shanked the ball.
Well, why they give him his own trilogy then? Fucking.
Well, he was supposed to do. They were supposed to do
trilogy.
He was supposed to do the last one. Like he was supposed to be doing 9, but they took him off of it. They took
really?
Him off.
I don't remember.
Yeah. No, I don't remember that.
I thought he was supposed to do 9. You thought he was supposed to do 8 and 9.
If that shit happened,
about,
that's giving credence to all these people crying on the fucking internet like boo hoo. Oh, so now we're gonna take him off the third one because people are crying, and we're gonna.
I don't think
they gave him his own trilogy. He will be doing his own trilogy.
Yeah. He's doing his own.
So that's what I mean.
Rian Johnson.
He's gonna do his own. Yeah, his own.
The Last Jedi guy.
Yeah.
So they're gonna do it like he's gonna do the next trilogy.
Not the next, it's going to be separate, like some just.
So it's gonna be like Knights of the Old Republic or something like that.
And this is the guy you want doing that too, Knights of the Old Republic, because that should be, to me, in my opinion, more like a darker period.
It should be dark.
It should be more fucking adult, not half the time spent in a fucking space chase.
Yeah, not letting fucking goddamn Finn drive his fucking goddamn ship into the goddamn and sacrifice his life.
Now listen, in his defense, they this goes back to Disney not allowing Johnson and Abrams to collaborate. They already had Rian Johnson lined up to do 8 while Abrams was working on episode 7. They were not allowed to discuss what happens in their movies. They were not allowed to. That's why it was such a problem. Yeah, is because of the lack of communication in the storytelling.
The cohesiveness that needs to be told because it's a trilogy. It's a continuation.
No, just make it a Star Wars movie. We don't care. It's going to make money. We don't care.
I mean, look at the different polarization that the franchise brings, though. Like even between us on the panel, but even in the chat, like see, so Eric in the chat says Solo sucked, a major disappointment. Best moment was when he met Chewie, but then Josh is like, "Man, I love Solo." Solo was cool. It was all right. Like, I didn't think it was a space heist movie, like a movie taking place in that universe. It was smaller scale, not as big as these mainline movies. Like I thought it was fine. I feel like that's a great avenue for these guys to take, doing those kind of one-shot stories in a Star Wars universe, because you can see other aspects of the fucking universe and see what it's all about. Like I love that. I love that concept.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I enjoyed Solo too. I just think what Chan said, they kind of babied it up a little bit. That's about it.
I mean, the thing is, if you look at the last 2 Star Wars that are lined up in the trilogy, everything that has to do with Rey, we'll just put it that way, it is told like a Disney princess story, and Rey is the Disney princess. Like that. I mean, it really is. And I'm not saying anything. I don't mean Cinderella. That negatively. Yeah, exactly, like Cinderella. But because I will eternally be a Star Wars fan. I don't even care. I don't care. I will go to every Star Wars movie, sit in every theater, like the 5-year-old version of me with my eyes as big as saucers, watching everything with a child's heart. And because that's how I watch Star Wars. And I do have my things that I pick apart about it on certain levels, but I love every movie. Yeah. I think Solo was phenomenal. Every one of them had their appeal to a degree. But if you're not going to look at them with the eyes of a child, and you're going to look at them through the eyes of a grown person who has all this other knowledge, of course you're going to have things to pick apart. Of course you are.
Yeah. And I think that's probably like that lens that I'm looking at it through. But I loved fucking Rogue One because it's
absolutely
that the best one. Star Wars story. Like it's like, yo, that was fucking great. That's what I want fucking more.
Yep.
You know?
And like the one thing that I enjoyed in Last Jedi was the relationship between Kylo Ren and Rey and their whole, the way they're working out and just basically figuring out where they are on that dark or light Jedi side, or where are they going to go? Like, I love that story, and I'm sure it's going to continue in Episode 9. But like, that was like one of the good high points in The Last Jedi for me, and I enjoyed it so much in regards to that, and seeing those 2 characters battle work together, and then like whether she was going to go to the dark side with him, it was there, that tease was there, and then she obviously walked away from that, but like that relationship to me is what I think is going to carry through in Episode 9 and even Episode 10, 11, and 12.
Just like Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's always been a fairy tale. It always been a fairy tale.
Oh yeah, totally.
To George Lucas, so it's always been a fairy tale, and I like that, where it's going with those 2 chief characters, and if they keep those two characters consistent and see where they go from there and build on top of that, that'd be great.
But what do you think's gonna happen with the 2 of them? Do you think they're gonna?
I don't know.
Like at least I'm watching it.
Dam.
Don like, with an accent.
Are these two related, or are they gonna fuck? Like, you know what I mean? Like they're connected in some way or another. Like, like the last one especially. I'm like, yo,
the tension is there. You can fucking see that tension.
They didn't mind fuck each other in Episode 7. So,
Dom, you think still that Kylo and Ren are? Kylo and Rey are still gonna be like main characters after 9, like for the next trilogy after this one?
I think so. They have to. They have to take a couple. They have to take a character from this trilogy and move them on to the next. I would only assume that's what they're going to do. because they're killing off the old characters in the previous trilogy. So like Han died. Luke, God knows if he's coming back or if this is the last time we ever see of him. Maybe flashbacks. J.J. Abrams is going to do some flashbacks on that, but whether we see the story, the Skywalker line continue with regards to Kylo Ren, and then keep continuing into the episode 10, 11, and 12. So I don't know. Like it's always been a Skywalker. It's always been a Skywalker, movie, like story trail. So are they gonna be safe and keep it that way, or are they gonna just cut it off and then say this is where Star Wars is gonna go?
Yeah. To me, there's no loose ends to tie up. I mean, at the end of Phantom, Attack of the Clones, you needed that next movie. At the end of Empire Strikes Back, it's like, yeah, well, shit, cliffhanger. You fucking got to keep going. This one, there's no cliffhanger on this one, man. I don't.
Yeah, this one kind of closed out.
It's like, yeah, all right. So the Resistance is going to survive and move on, and the bad guys, there's some of them left, and all right, well, but there's no one needs to be found. Shit like that. Everyone's dead. I mean, fucking yeah. I don't. Do we need any more? I don't know.
No. How would you guys feel because of course, Rian Johnson doing this second film in this trilogy. If JJ's coming back to do 9, how would you guys feel if he just does continue on certain themes from The Last Jedi and kind of maybe course corrects in a way, but maybe the results turn out that maybe Rey's not involved or related to anybody. Maybe certain things that kind of came out of The Last Jedi permeate in the last one, even though JJ's doing it. How are you guys going to feel?
I'm cool if Rey is not related to any of the whether it's Obi-Wan Kenobi or Luke Skywalker, because you got that in Kylo. You have that in Kylo.
Yeah.
Now
Skywalker.
You have the Skywalker blood in Kylo, so that can continue. Whether Kylo stays in the dark side or goes to goes back to being a Jedi, whatever the case may be. But I think Rey's character, whether she continues being a Jedi and basically brings up other Jedis or makes her own academy. We don't know, but the storylines right now with I think J.J. Abrams is going to do is he's probably going to kind of continue it. I don't think he's going to do a lot of healing in regards to what happened in Last Jedi. I don't feel like they're going to do that, because if they did, it's just a big slap on what they did. They're just going to live up to what they did and just continue it from there.
Nah, I think they're definitely going to fix up some shit in there, because there was so many fucking loose ends and gaps in there. What happened to Snoke? Is he fucking dead? Why the fuck?
Snoke is dead. Snoke is dead, but I thought that was kind of bullshit how they killed him.
How they going to bring back Snoke? There's tons of ways it could bring back Snoke.
No, he looks like he was done. They chopped him in half. But even that scene, it was like he was talking so much shit that I could see what he thinks, his every fucking move. And he couldn't see that he was fucking killing him.
Well, why didn't Luke do that?
That means he wasn't all powerful. That means he wasn't all powerful.
That could be to throw you off, because dude obviously came from somewhere. Nobody knows where the fuck he's come from yet, right? No. So people say he's Plagueis. People say that.
See, but that's another thing that I feel like people got disappointed, because again, who does any casual that's in that fucking movie theater, who they know who Plagueis is?
No,
you can't do that. You can't do that, because you have to give these guys the characters that you've already kind of presented to them, unless they're new characters. You have to go by what you've kind of given them on screen already. So you fucking pull out some random obscure character from a fucking book from the expanded universe that's supposed to be the key to all this shit. I think the people in the movies that have no clue about that shit will be like, "What the fuck? What is that?"
Well, that's when they'll make another trilogy and explain that.
They did mention him.
Options.
They got to make that money.
Go, Brian. Tell
they mentioned him in
Jose when he mentioned him.
Right?
Exactly, they did.
Yeah.
He did. Yeah, when Anakin's sitting with Palpatine in that opera, he did mention his old Pat, his teacher
who possibly learned how to fucking cheat death. Basically, that's how he promised him that he was going to be able to do the same.
And that'd be cool because everybody wanted to be that, so it circled back to even the episode 1, 2, and 3.
Right.
That's why everybody was so geared towards that. He is Darth Plagueis because he did again cheat death, and he's in the form of basically this guy.
Is that how
regardless of if he's Plagueis or not, though, right? They still threw in that story that you don't have to be in a physical form to be where the fuck you're at, because Rey and Kylo going back and forth through that whole movie, right? They saw what the other person was seeing through their visions, right? On top of that, Luke at the end wasn't even at the end of the battle. He was fucking meditating doing that shit.
And
so who's to say Snoke was in the body when he fucking died?
Rebels did also open the door to time travel. So like if you ever watch the end of Rebels when they go in, he's able to go back in time.
They won't tie that shit in. They won't tie that shit in because we haven't seen it in these movies.
It opened the door.
It opens that door, but they can't expect anybody that's seen these films to fucking watch the cartoon series. So they're not gonna bring a plot point that's strictly in the cartoon.
Why not?
Why not?
It's Disney. Why not?
Rey might go. She has the books. She might go to that first temple and find out what's the character, JD? I'm sorry, from Rebels. What's the young Ezra found out, and she might go back in time in that thing and
listen,
pull out like Luke.
They're gonna find DJ, and that's gonna turn out to be
listen. When it comes to characters, I feel like all bets are off because we got fucking Maul, fucking Darth Maul in fucking Solo at the end with the fucking robotic legs. You know what I'm saying? And obviously that movie takes place like after episode 1, right? Where we think he dies. You know what I'm saying? So of course they're playing that up. But a concept like time travel, I feel like unless they give you some kind of fucking precedent for that, like in these films, they're not going to bring that up as a major plot point to fucking as a MacGuffin, maybe to fucking resolve anything in these fucking films.
They're making the Force do amazing things. They're making the Force do amazing things in these films.
Can I get that with fries?
Night of Red in the chat is convinced that Snoke isn't dead. And dude, I hate to tell you this, you're not gonna be able to resell your GameStop figure. So he's dead.
Why did they pimp him out too?
If Ren feels like that, I mean, he's been reading some shit, and I'm telling you, I'm reading the same shit. He may not be dead, man. There's tons of different ways he could be alive if they decide to go that route.
Yeah, I mean, they could always do that. It's like fucking comic books. They fucking kill any character. They fucking come up with some fucking way to bring them back.
Dude, if they bring him back, they're bringing back Luke.
Well, I mean, it was said in the chat earlier. Mark Hamill is already listed as cast member.
Yeah, but is he going to be just doing flashback?
Force Ghost.
He's a Force
Ghost. Force Ghost in the last movie. He told him, "I'll see you around, kid." Like, right? Like, he's gonna be.
Yeah. He'll be Force ghosting. He'll be Yoda. He's the
which
new
is
Yoda.
fine. Which is fine. Like I completely understood his purpose and how what he did and the ability that he did, and I'm cool with that. It's just that I just wish, me as a Luke Skywalker fan, I just wish he went out with a bigger bang.
It's so funny you said that, Jose, because I agree with you.
What?
New Yoda.
New Yoda.
he's gonna be the one that's screwing around with Rey's head, like Yoda screwed with Luke.
I think he's gonna do the opposite. He's gonna screw with his nephew and fucking torture him and haunt him.
Probably.
I mean, there's a little of that too, I'm sure.
And Kylo comes back to the lights because Leia said it. It's still good in his heart. She was right about Vader.
Oh, well, I was about to say that. That's another point I wanted to kind of bring up before you wrap up the entire discussion. But how do you feel about that? A character like Kylo, just like Vader, probably at this point within the films, things you've seen, they've done heinous acts, killed, when they're destroying planets and shit, you're killing billions of fucking people. How do you redeem yourself from acts like that? Just by turning back to the light from the dark side of the Force?
Like one person.
You got to throw an emperor down an air shaft.
Yeah.
Does one good act redeem you from killing billions of people?
I don't think so.
No.
You got to cut the big tall guy in half.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I mean, at the end of Punisher season 1, they let him go after killing all them people.
But they were bad. They were bad. Fucking, you know what I'm saying? Vader, Kylo, these guys, they've killed innocent people. Billions of them.
In my point of view, the Republic's bad, Obi-Wan.
Punisher's just killing bad guys. You know what I'm saying? Bang, bang.
To be honest, I think Hux was really the bad guy. What is Ren? He hasn't done anything super bad yet, has he?
Just killed his father, that's all.
Yeah, I mean, Han.
So that's interesting. Yeah, I think that's an interesting question. Like, what's your level of forgiveness for these characters? Even like in the IEW stuff with the Transformers, like Megatron, a character like Megatron, fucking responsible for billions of deaths. But in More Than Meets the Eye, they kind of played it up, and he was part of the team, and the whole haha, like, hey, you're just, you're down with us, but you killed billions of people. You know what I'm saying? Like, and eventually that came to a conclusion. And he got his comeuppance in a way, I guess you could say. But just it's how so cavalier they are about, like, okay, you did all this shit, but you're all good now. Like with characters like in the Star Wars universe, like a Kylo, like a Darth, like Darth Vader killed the Emperor. Does that redeem him for all the fucking bad shit he did?
I think that one single act that he killed the Emperor, which nobody would have had the possibility of doing, only the one true person that was close enough to him, which was Vader. So I think that one act probably redeemed, which killed him doing. So he kind of sacrificed himself in doing that one act. So I feel like that in that situation, it did redeem him from all the bad he did, because the bad he did it brought him to that point to say, hey, I'm the only one close enough to this guy, and I'm the only one that could kill him. And in turn, he did.
I have a question.
He had to make that decision.
Did he kill him?
Yeah.
Not the first guy to go down the shaft, and he wasn't cut in half. Just saying.
What do you know about guys going on the shaft?
Hey,
you hanging out?
Hey, I'm breaking the mold, man. What do you think?
You're breaking something.
With Disney owning Marvel and Star Wars, do you think this like time travel, or you think the Infinity Gauntlet will have any, like the snap? Will the snap have any impact on Episode 9? Maybe some people just flew away into dust.
Finn goes, Ray, I'm not feeling good.
I don't feel so good.
And they all look at what's her name and say, see, you should let him sacrifice himself a long time. He's gone anyway.
Chewie's like, not you, Chewie.
Oh man. All right, good stuff, guys. Do you want to wrap on that, or I know Brian's prepared for a question for the chat squad. Where do you guys want to do?
Yeah, let's wrap, because my blood pressure is pretty high right now talking all this Star Wars shit.
Yeah, me too, man. It's getting me anxious.
I'm making you angry. I like that.
You're gonna have to change the title. You have to change the title of this episode now, Jose. Because I'll tell you one thing. I am glad that we still have that whole other topic to talk about now. Stay tuned to next week, everyone. Because,
we finally have a topic before the
stay tuned. All right. Well, the guys have spoken, so we'll wrap on that. We'll run it down the line, get some where you ats, and as always, we're gonna throw the link out. Okay. Are we gonna do it? I thought you guys said no. Yes, no.
Oh, do we have to let the chat decide?
No, I thought you guys said, let's wrap. Okay, so Brian, you're ready.
I thought Dave said that his blood pressure.
No, I meant like I'm good with the fucking conversation. Get on with the question, bro. Like,
all right.
That's what I meant.
Oh, okay. I thought you were like saying wrap it up. I'm like, okay.
Do it. Fuck it.
All right.
Are you gonna wrap it up or what?
No, Brian's asking a question.
Chat's like yes. Chat's like yes. It's like a win prize.
That whole thing going.
Haven't wrapped it up since 9/6.
I gotta find my button.
Okay. Ren said we were making his blood boil for this episode. Well, good, man. That's good. I like when we have some thought-provoking episodes and we can have differences of opinion. Some good stuff. I like to challenge you guys. I'm making you mad on purpose.
Fuck your Snoke theory.
All right. I got a question for the chat.
All right, chat squad, you're up.
All right, so the Indiana Jones movies have made it onto Netflix, and I have been watching them steadily.
All of them?
And I just, yeah.
Well, time for love, Dr. Jones.
That's right. Call him Dr. Jones.
Time for
hey,
love.
lady. So I was watching Temple of Doom, and there are these rocks that glow. There's these rocks that glow that are in the movie, and it's pretty cool. So there's something special in those rocks that make them glow. And my question is how many of those rocks, of those special rocks, had existed in that storyline of the movie?
Oh, that's a trick question.
People are going to be trying to Google that shit, and that's not going to be an easy answer from
5 computers on lock. Google.
yeah. Because it's not how many as they showed in the show.
Josh might be missing a leg, but he got like 6 arms.
He said he got 5 computers going on that answer right now.
You guys keep guessing because no one's got it right yet.
Oh, nobody's got it yet. People are just going to throw out numbers. They're just going to throw fucking numbers out there.
A bunch of people are saying 3, I bet 13.
You. Yeah.
I don't even know that, so I can't even confirm. So I can let you guys know who answered first, though, from my end.
Nothing, Brian?
Hey, Josh Fisher got it.
Josh got it. It's 5.
Oh, Josh got it.
No. Number 5. There were 5 Shankari stones. They were hunting for the last 2 of them. Only 3 were shown in the movie. But
Josh said only 2 monitors, but he's got fucking 6 PCs fucking connected.
All right, Josh, you know the drill. Pick a number.
Vinny's like, of course, Josh got it. That's great. That's fucking great. All right, Josh, you know the deal.
But you can't fucking pick a number, bro. Come on, man. Anymore. Come on.
Mark 44 Prime still throwing the number out there.
Throwing all those guesses out there.
And he can only count to 15 now. You know that?
Host question. We're only doing one question, right, Jose?
Yeah.
All right, so here's where they all were. It was just right.
Oh, shit. We're in the middle, bro.
Yeah. Okay, so now my question for the guys is, all right, if you could pick a new skill in an instant, what would it be?
Ooh, how to fucking read the stock market, bro. I'd be a fucking millionaire.
I like that.
Like, remember the dude from Limitless? He took the fucking pill and he was able to fucking figure out the algorithm of the fucking stock market. He was fucking good, bro. Like, that's it. Smarts. That's it.
So is it like a skill, or is it more like a fucking superpower? It's a skill, right?
It's a skill.
I mean, I guess. Let's not do superpowers.
I'd want genius like level IQ, because then I'm sure I'd be able to figure out a way to fucking make money.
No, a skill is reading the stock market.
that's a good
Buy
one.
a fucking Wall Street Journal.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because then that kind of covers all the bases. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, you got like what you need in life. Then it's like, then you could do whatever the fuck you want.
I want. All right. So I want to be like Jose. I want to be rich. So first thing that comes to mind is I always played basketball growing up. I was always pretty good, but I want a 3-point shot that you just can't. You know, you can't.
There you go.
Better than Steph Curry. I'll be the chubby Steph Curry, the shorter chubby version of Steph Curry running around. The Knicks will finally fucking win. Shoot threes from half court. That'll be my skill.
Dude, so
niggas will finally win a championship.
I forgot what song says it, but since Dave already picked that, he has a Fly J that he can shoot a 3-shot with automatic. Mine is I would have a voice of an angel and sing beautifully that thousands and thousands of people will come see me perform. There you go.
I could
That's
see
my
you as
skill.
one of those fucking guys,
like a tenor.
Tenor, yeah. like
that's what I want to be. That's my skill. Because if you, that's the only way.
He's like, I got all those skills already.
Yeah,
I got too many skills.
Who's next?
Chan's next.
I'm not. I'm having a hard time deciding between two things. I either want to be really, really wicked good at finance.
At what?
At finance, you know.
At finance, all right.
Do all my own financial everythings. Like, I want to be able to take care of all that. Because I suck with numbers. I'm terrible. I hate numbers. Math is my worst enemy.
Chan, I could help you with that already. So stop buying toys. You'll be fine.
I can't do that. That's why I got better at finances in general. You know, taxes, the whole nine. Like, I just want to be good at all the numbers.
See that what that bank account looked like at the end of the year. You stop buying toys.
I have a good idea what it would look like, and I'm okay with it. I'm all right with it. The other one would be I want to be able to have some specific. Would be like I want to be able to fight in some specific way, like I'm samurai, something. I don't know, like I want to be a ninja. I don't know what it is. I want to be
ninja.
Something.
I like a ninja.
I want to be able to kick ass, you know.
Or nice.
Cool.
It's one of the two. I can't decide.
JD stroking his beard. What are you thinking about over there?
Hard. This is really hard.
Well, while you think, in the chat we have Intangible Cog wants to be able to foresee every lottery ticket number fixed 2 weeks in advance.
He could be an instant millionaire whenever he wants.
Jim wants to have the skill to catch a fly with a chopstick.
Wax on, wax off. Paint defense.
Let's see, Knight of Ren. I want the skill to squirt milk out of my eye. I'm always amazed at people who can do that.
Who wrote that? Who said that?
Knight of Ren.
Dude, that's easy. Hold your nose and like push the air through your eyes. It's connected to your nasal passage. Everybody can do it.
Yeah, then he like pops his eye out of his head or something.
Never mind.
Josh got a good one. He's got a good one. He says he wants to be able to read and speak any language in the universe.
Ooh, that is a pretty damn good one right there.
Really? I thought he would have roller skated one leg.
Hey, all right, C3PO.
I think I would like the skill set of a hitman.
What? You're
go anywhere, do anything, kill anybody.
The transporter right
You're
here.
not on the fucking grid.
You get along perfectly with your ninja girlfriend. You guys go fucking kill everybody.
That's funny.
Well, like I'm trying to think of like, okay, so I want to make myself disappear from like
all government databases. I just said it like
fine.
You're gonna be Neo.
Yeah, and I think that would be a good one. Just be a hitman.
Brian could do that for you for a small fee.
Really?
Absolutely.
Maybe we shouldn't be talking about this live.
The Brink Institutes of Ninjas. Assassins. They meet every Tuesdays.
What about you, Brian? Did you say
me? I mean, nothing crazy. I would like to be very musically inclined.
Yes.
Be able to play the guitar really well or the piano or something.
You want to be the next R. Kelly, don't you?
No. I want to be able to play an instrument. No.
He's really good.
There's a midget in the closet.
Couple others from the chat is Nightwinging him. He would like to be able to write. You got to learn how to spell first, there, chat. Eric von Wolfenstein would also like to learn how to play the guitar.
I don't know. Brink is trying to piss on chicks on the low. I don't know.
Yeah, man. I already got the superpower of being funny down. I linked that up with the guitar.
You gotta find your audience first.
Yeah. Mark 44 Prime would like to create matter so he can make his own money. Knight of Ren wants some Boba Fett skills. And this Cybertron Warrior said Dom's head is a painting. I'm not sure.
That's all we could see. He's leaning back. He's sitting up.
I'm tired. Leave me alone.
All right. Well, good stuff, guys. I think that was everybody. That was fun. So tune in next week. Chat Squad will have another chance to maybe win a prize. Or we'll ask a question. I love this segment, man. I don't know why Gary's fucking on some shit. He's like, should we do the question game? I'm putting him on blast right now. I'm like he doesn't like the question game.
He doesn't like the question game going to 10:30. That's what he doesn't like.
Oh man, but it's cool. I dig it. I really dig it. All right, guys. Well, we'll run it down the line. That was a pretty awesome Star Wars discussion. Kind of unexpected, but I dig it.
Yeah, I kind of got derailed there for a minute, but
yeah, those are the best conversations, I feel personally. So we'll continue unbroadcasted. Like I said earlier, we'll throw the link into the ROC Facebook group. So Brian Brink, I'll start with you, brother. Where you at?
You can find me, Brian Brink, in the Facebook groups, at Brinkalizer on Instagram.
All right, Big Dom.
You can find me at Dom the Crosso in the groups and here Tuesday nights with you guys, and not shoveling a car full lot at a car dealership out of snow right now. Sorry, Gary, that you have to do that.
He said he made it home safe, by the way,
Did
in
he?
case any of you guys were wondering. So, you heartless motherfuckers. Yeah.
Was there a danger of him not making it home safe?
I don't know. There's a lot of snow.
He lives in New York, you know.
It's funny though. It's like Gary's like one of the few people in this world I don't have to worry about. Like I'm like, Gary's gonna be fine. He has everything planned out, mapped out, fucking plan B, plan C. You know, he's good. He's golden.
He's got everything in that little snack pack that he brings over for any situation.
He's got like that dad vibe. Like, I gotta worry about him.
Yep.
Gary, what you got in your snack pack?
He's got his 3 meals, man. He's good. He's good. All right, Energon Addict.
Energon Addict on Instagram. Here on Tuesdays. David Cologne in the Facebook groups.
All right. Sweet. Chan.
Wookie and Me Pocket on Instagram. And Chandra Cooper on Facebook.
All right, JD.
JD Brocious on the Facebook groups. Pigment Surgery on Instagram, Xbox Live every Tuesday night here with these fellas. And every other Wednesday on Figure Banging.
Every other Wednesday. Not this week, right?
Not this week.
No.
Next week.
Oh, next week. We got you guys next week.
Last week was a sleeper.
Yeah.
Are you singing this whole song? This whole fucking, I mean, this whole.
No,
he stood up.
Yeah, near the end of the Star Wars talk, man. It was getting me anxious. I had to get my feet.
He's punching the air.
Shit was getting real. Shit was getting real in here, you know. But that's how we do it. That's how we do it. All right, guys. That's for myself. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, all over social media at HarricanBX, and check out Verbally Challenged with HarricanBX on all audio platforms. So just check out Crashbox Customs on social media. You know, Mezco, he sells Mezco. He has dioramas. Mention the word realm when placing an order, and you'll get a surprise gift with your purchase. Crashbox Customs all over social media. And make sure you pull up a chair to the Cool Table Network. It's a network hub for like-minded podcasts, including Enter the Realm, Plastic Fanatics, Shattercast Uncut, Toy Detox, Nerd Rage Radio, Beer and Bolts 40K, Stasis Lock, 8 weeks building up to it. Fresh Communication, this show, Breaking the Mold, and Verbally Challenged. Thank you guys for watching and listening. We really appreciate it. Shout out to everybody in the chat. You guys were awesome tonight. We are the ROC. We're not going anywhere, so get to know us. ROC Hangout continues next. See you next week, guys. Peace out.
Turtles!
Snoke's dead. I don't think Snoke's dead.
He's fucking dead, bro. He got cut in half.